A few years ago, I had a hunch. So I began to talk to both students and adults about the year 2030. I wanted to catch a glimpse of what they both saw coming down the pike over the next 20 years if we didn't change the way we lived and led this emerging generation.
My greatest fear for this generation is that they won't be prepared for how competitive this world is going to be.
A distressing decline in the area of intellectual curiosity.
Nearly everyone has heard about Generation Y. They're the most studied generation in American history. I'd like to introduce you to Generation IY, the second half of this emerging generation. A study from the University of Michigan reports that college students today are 40% less empathetic and compassionate than they were 10 years ago. Other studies show that narcissism among students is way up. But I don't blame the kids. We adults need to change the way we lead, minister to, and mobilize this new generation.
The interest in things beyond their immediate personal worlds seems to be waning.
As I watch him try to charter social mediums, outside influences, good, bad, and ugly, I find that at times actually the urgency is almost overwhelming.
So it's a dilemma when you see young people trying to live in a world that's so fast-paced and they don't really have the mechanisms to keep up.
When I look at students today and schools today, I see a gap. Students today are primarily right-brain thinkers. Schools are primarily left-brain delivery. Students want to upload their own thoughts. Schools insist on downloading information. And this chasm has led to a disconnect between adults and this emerging generation of kids.
I think this book is long overdue. We know a lot about boomers, we know about millennials, but we don't know that much about the IY generation.
I think it's important that all of us parents read it with that proactive spirit.
My hope for this generation is that they would become God's best version of themselves, do what they were created to accomplish, and know the steps to take to get there.
They are Generation IY. This is our last chance to save their future.
If we don't prepare our children now for the future that they're going to inherit, they are going to be lost.